These hands, that guitar, this man. I want to freeze him in time. When I was 11, I moved in with my grandparents. Although I call him Paps, my grandfather has acted as my father for my entire life. At the time I moved in with my mom and Papa, he'd worked at the same aluminum plant for 50 years. To describe him, the first thing I'd say is that he's an old-time musician, a guitar player. He's been a picker his entire life. It's a part of his identity from which he cannot be separated. My best memories are of him playing his Martin and singing gospel songs. I've always called him my own personal Johnny Cash. By Paps's own admission, he passed high school with mostly D's. His only strong subject was history. He never went to college. He married my grandmother at 19. Other than his gift as a guitar player, he's just an average man. But he is the greatest man I know. He is the person that made me who I am today. In 2013, my grandmother died of brain cancer. Papa actually had been diagnosed with multiple myeloma a couple of years before. Frankly, no one in the family thought she would go first. He's been a smoker since age 12 or earlier. But one day Mama was here, and the next day she was gone. It was the most difficult time of my life. I have nightmares of seeing her dead body in the coffin, stiff from the embalming process. There are times I wake up in the night, hearing her voice. Maybe I really am. But back to Paps. I find it impossible to separate explaining his importance without explaining hers. I started counseling after my mom's death. Talking to my counselor, we discussed the impact both she and my grandfather had on my life. Mama was the most compassionate, selfless person I've ever known, don't get me wrong. She loved me no matter what. But Paps, he pushed me, and that is what has made the difference in my life. As the fifth and last child he raised, he challenged me constantly. He told me I was to be everything he was not. He was by and large uneducated. I would be educated. He'd spent his life laboring. I would spend my life using my brain. He taught me the value of hard work, that there's honor in blue-collar jobs. But he saw something different for me, and he's never let me forget it. Paps was given a guitar for Christmas when he was 9 or 10, so at this point he's been playing for nearly 3/4 of a century. With his playing, Paps has enriched the lives of his family, friends, and fellow pickers beyond measure. He's the greatest man that I know, not only because there could be no better father or grandfather, but also because of his gift of music to the world. Since Mama died, he says he finds it hard to play. When I think about that guitar, I think about her, he said. I want to freeze him in time. I want to burn his face in my memory. When I sing I'll Fly Away, I hear his voice. When I play guitar, his hands guide mine. I buy tobacco-scented candles to smell his pipe smoke. I never want to be without him, but I know I will. He's terminally ill, bladder cancer from the smoking. He's stopped taking treatment. He wants to die on his own terms. He dreams of seeing Memo again. The prognosis was bleak around 2 years ago, but he continues to defy the odds. Each day is like a bonus. I dread each phone call. I feel selfish for wanting to keep him with me always. I want to freeze him in time.